Hey, morning, everyone. All right. So I'm gonna get you. Mm. Man, I don't know what's going on. Is that better? Had too many tabs open or something. All right. Well, hopefully that's working. So, good morning, Brew Crew. It's December 12th. And, wow, that was fun trying to get this thing up and running. Let's see. Who do we got here? Monday. Okay. It's good now. Okay. Thanks. Morning, Ben. All right. Who got in here first? Yesterday afternoon, we got Daryl in here, Derail Daryl. Morning, Derail. I know he's on the road. Sure, he's on the road. Thomas Strange, good morning. Doing all right. I feel like I'm getting a head cold or something. Merry Christmas to you guys as well. To you as well. Yeah, Daryl's will be listening while he drives. It's okay, be safe out there, man. Daryl, have you heard of a railroad called R.J. Corman? I know I have. The BNSFN scale, good morning. There he is, Ben from Eagle Creek Railroad. Good morning. Andy, good morning. Hot Dog Pilot. Our rail network is completely fenced off. Andrew, we're walking on J. Corman Rail Drive. Oh, yeah. I think any rail yard, any kind of railroad tracks, especially if you get into like a yard or something, they kind of frown on that. In the lawn 1800s. Hey, Cowboy Steve, how you doing? I met up with him over the weekend. We went to a train show in Columbus. Pretty good show. It was all right. It's good to meet Steve. The first time we ever met, and stopped at breakfast together, and then went over to the show for. We were there maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours. It wasn't a big show really, but it was decent. It's a lot of like collectibles and stuff, railroad paraphernalia, stuff like that. More of that than I cared for, anyways. Designated crossings only unless you live in the middle of nowhere like me, where you only see 4 trains a day. Hi, Chris, good morning. Tennessee River Union. Roger Corman is in Guthrie, Kentucky, and Nashville, and Eastern. Tacoma is Nashville. I have my video loaded from the Columbus train show last weekend, but I was slacking this week. Yeah, I didn't post anything really from it either. It was a good day though. On my way home, I stopped at Pappy's house, Trey Goglin, and dropped a couple things off for him that I had, and got to be the first person to see his new HO train room, guys. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome. Hey, good morning, Joe. Joe Raider. Lloyd Robbins, good morning. Gideon, Locomotive Logistics, good morning. I clicked on a couple times when your thing said live, but see much going on. I don't know. Maybe I didn't stay long enough. Like I just was on the TV watching YouTube and you were live. There's Wilmer. Morning, buddy. Yeah, I know. Same thing with the feedback. I think I started this stream yesterday a couple times. I set it up a couple different times to try to get it right. I was having issues, and I never closed out of those other tabs. So I think they all, bam, Hey, Eddie. What's going on, buddy? Thanks. I'm enjoying the flashbacks from when I was a kid, Manchester, Tennessee. Saying good morning. I have no idea where RJ Corman is in my area. No idea. There's John. How you doing, John? Skull kill. Dave, good morning from Rail Serve, location in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Hey, Eddie. That's cool, man. Thanks for checking in while you work. Must be a slow day. There's Lee. Good afternoon, Lee. Yeah, get him, Floyd. See. Yeah, he's a good guy, man. Eddie's I met Eddie not too long after I got back into the model area, and I forgot to turn the lights on. And geez, I don't know, we talk on and off. He's got a nice layout starting out in his shed. Was it last year you got married, Ed? He moved houses, so he'd started, and then he had to stop, and then I think he moved the shed. You moved the whole shed too, didn't you? To the new house and everything. Train work, good morning. It's okay. I appreciate you popping in, even if it is only for a minute. There's my buddy Derek Wimberly. How's it going, my friend? Dwayne's Fork and Spoon. How you doing, Dwayne? Yeah, I think you're right, Steve. It was like that whole right half when you walked in the door off to the right, that whole side almost was all collectibles and stuff, which is kind of nice. They kind of separated it, but yeah, the one table down there that had like T-shirts and stuff, which is pretty cool. I always look, I don't really wear them a lot, but I wear them for the show. I wear them when I go to shows, Yeah, it was good to meet you, and it was fun. It was a fun day. I always enjoy meeting people, and Nice to finally put, faces to names and all that kind of fun stuff. Yeah, they did go up. I think that's just everything, I don't think there's anything that's gone down over the last several years, price wise. I love how I'm still getting like Black Friday deals. They call them deals. I happen to notice, like, I was looking for something for my wife. It was, I think, at Michael's or something. On Black Friday, but it was before Black Friday. I had it in my cart. Then on Black Friday, they said that this particular type of items were 40% off or 30% off. Just 30% off. So I go back to my cart, and the price is higher. And then I put the code in. It was like, well, wait a minute. Even with the code, it was still higher. So it's like they raised the price in order to give you the discount. It seems like I would have been better off just buying it when I had originally put it in there a couple weeks before Black Friday. I was like, I'm going to wait for Black Friday, probably get some deals. Dummy me. Anyways, James, Dundas Junction. How you doing, my friend? Guys, I've seen a bunch of people doing Christmas trains and all that kind of stuff. As you can see, I got no trains running today. I got kind of a mess going on. I've been off all week, vacation. So I had a slow start thanks to Derailed Daryl kicking me in the butt, helping me get some ideas going. Finally, the last couple of days, started a project. On Railroad Spike yesterday at RJ Corman Railroad. There's rare on top. RJCHC. Very interesting. They're building a Metcalf card kit and got stream on or recording the build. All right. Well, thanks, Lee. I always appreciate that, man. Freddie, how you doing, sir? I did not get to watch your video with something with JMRI, I think. I gotta go back. I'm not getting your notifications. I watch a lot of YouTube on my TV, and I get different recommendations and stuff on the phone than I do on the TV. I don't understand. It's the same account, but I'm still getting a lot of political stuff. Not political ads and stuff, but just different guys I was watching a lot prior to the election and that kind of thing. And I'm getting a lot of their stuff still. And haven't really searched through my subscriptions and that because I'm not getting a lot of the notifications. 33 here. Yeah, I think it was not quite single digits this morning here. I know we had a lot of gale winds and stuff last night. It's 14 right now. It's a high 19 today. Gale warning until 4 p.m. A little bit of snow. Nothing to really write home about. Did you operate a locomotive on my layout? I got some new sound and saw that. No, I didn't. No. Like I said, I saw that you were live, but I was sitting in my living room. I didn't know, really don't understand that stuff, what I need to do. I know you sent me an email on it. But yeah, no doubt. Gouging. Hi, Tammy and Ray. I am doing well. I think I might be coming down with a cold or something, trying to fight that off. But not bad. Just a little sniffly. Well, Thomas, I'll think about it. I might. Got a new laptop on Cyber Monday. A decent price. Third laptop is starting to get bogged down. 25% cheaper than the best Amazon deal. Where'd you buy that at? I didn't go on YouTube much at all. Well, I did. Not on my phone, though. I went on. I got almost 300 notifications, and that was just from yesterday afternoon. see where am I at here. I'm way behind. Shocker. I can't even go back far enough to get to Eddie's comment. Ed, comment again so I could get you a wrench. All right, let's see what am I at. Jones Goods has arrived. Christmas themed rolling stock. Dude, really? I thought about that. That'd be kind of neat. Hey, Steve. Good morning. Thanks for coming in. Your question is this: how far behind is Dave in the chat? Sorry, Dave, couldn't resist. Let's see. That comment was at 9:16. This says it's 9:19. So, would you get a new locomotive? Hey, Ken Amos. How you doing, man? Driving and listening. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. Be safe out there. You guys are hilarious. We're no temperature here. I'm stuck in the hospital. Nurses are complaining about how cold it is. Yeah, get well, man. Best wishes. And what would be a good place to get backdrops? I know there's several companies. Why am I blanking on the guy I used? Joey Ricardo. Why can't I think of the name of the company? He'll come to me. Give me a minute. And none of them are cheap. Looking for cheap backdrops. I don't know. There's a company called Model Railroad Backdrops. I used them on my last layout. They're good as well. Trackside Scenery. Trackside Scenery is who I got these from. He's really good. Prices are as good as anybody. Train Junkies. Train Junkies is another one that does backdrops. Depends what kind of quality you want too. As far as I think most of them make like a heavy paper, like this one is. Some of them do like a vinyl, kind of almost like a wallpaper with a sticky backing. Not that you have to dip it or anything, but there's a peel-off backing. Like this was a peel-off backing on this one. But it's just paper on the front. Thanks for the mail call, Dave. Very cool. That's okay. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Thanks for your support, man. Appreciate you being a member. Only 3 minutes. Good job there. Yeah. Not bad for me. Hey, good morning, Wesley. Grandpa Rails. How you doing, John? How you doing down there? Paint can? Oh, for a backdrop? Well, for those of us that are not all that talented and can paint good backdrops, there are companies. Now, you don't have to be overly talented. Like I threw some half-ass looking clouds up there, just like one of those seafoam sponges, whatever the hell they call them. I dipped it in a little bit of white paint and dabbed a lot of it off, and then just kind of lightly make it look like a cloud, I guess. I know Robert Flying Crow does a nice job on his backdrops. He paints his own. Joe Rader did a nice job on his backdrops, and he painted his. It definitely gets expensive if you're going to buy them store bought. Kind of have to do little sections at a time, I guess. I did this section behind me and down that wall over there, and behind the uh, that bridge and that bridge scene. Yeah, Train Junkies was one of them. Let's see. Thanks for making the camper last night. Yeah. Sorry, man. I was down here working. I forget. I've been on vacation all week. I forget what the heck day of the week it is, to be honest with you. I can't believe it's already Thursday. It's kind of, damn it. Crazy how the week flies by. Oh, you painted your own, James? Yeah. I've just been doing them blue and then putting some clouds. Anything more than that is out of my hands, above my pay grade. So I take your own pictures and stitch them together and print your own at Walgreens. That's true too. I've never gotten into that. I don't know why. I really should try and see. I really want to get this backdrop done on this peninsula over here so I can actually probably do some more detailing on my cement plant and all that kind of stuff because I'm just kind of stuck in the mud with it. I don't want to put a bunch of fencing and stuff like that up and then have to pull everything out to do a backdrop. So, hey, thank you, Joe. Appreciate that, buddy. Thank you, thank you. See, I love your layout on the basement. Limited to a 20 by 12 room. 20 by 12 is a good sized room, though. But thank you for saying that about the layout. Yeah, you definitely can do quite a bit there. 20 by 12. So, yeah. I've seen it too, but I don't know why I don't think to do it. Like I said, I could do some like basic stuff, James. I can't, I'm not good at doing like trees and anything, of like pictures of anything. I have a couple of spots where I want to continue the road into the backdrop, and I have no idea how to paint that. That would just look horrendous. So I think I need to, um, trackside scenery has some backdrops I think would work well, but I'm out of the fall, and he doesn't do those ones in fall. I shouldn't say he doesn't do them. The added sections that I would need to put in for the road areas is like an insert kind of like into the backdrop here that I have behind me is all like a repeating backdrop. He has scenes you could add in and feather in there, but those scenes are only summer trees. So I think it would look really weird to have all fall and then summer trees along the street and stuff that I want to add. So I was kind of in talks with Train Junkies, and then I kind of got off track with it, and he was busy at the time, and I got busy, and I don't know, I just whatever. Except for like buying someone's art, it had to be right for you, either your living room wall or your layout wall. Yeah, agreed, John. I agree. Trying to get behind again here because That I added you as a standard moderator. And John Garvin as well. Can't seem to get back far enough to get to Eddie's comment. Eddie Toombs to give him a wrench. If you're not an artist and I don't have any grandkids to blame my bad art on. You can get toffee for just drawing or painting, Andy. Toffee? I am a constable and it comes, I aim for constable and it comes out Picasso. I mean, what I've done so far isn't, I mean, I've just added some clouds on a blue background, you know. So use a couple different colors and sea sponges on the areas I painted. And it came out nice. And that's all it is. It's just something for the eye to see in the background. You don't have to, it doesn't have to be, you know, spectacular. John Strange, good morning. Tom Johnson. Do you have a channel? What is Tom Johnson? Who's Tom Johnson? Why am I blanking? Actually, I thought about, you know, changing over to summer in this side of the layout. You can't see. Just using the divider down the middle of the peninsula as a divider. You fall on that side and back behind me, and then it can go to summer and up and over to this side here before the swing gate, which is right behind me here. Thought about that. I like that one end scale guy. I don't think of his name, Mastriano or something like that. He's just rebuilding his layout too. He not tore it down, but he chopped it all up and adding a second level and changing it up some, trying to salvage what he can. But he models like all 4 seasons. It's pretty cool. Building layout and getting things for the layout. Everything is going up in price, and no, it's not, man. Not a cheap hobby anymore. Even at the show, I mean, there's a couple of deals. I think Steve got a couple of halfway decent deals on some 2-bay hoppers. I only spent $23, $22. I'll show you exactly what I bought. Hang on. He's the latest great model railroads by Fire Crown. Almost wrote "Come Back." Seasons and 4 sections. Yeah, because I could always do something different on the upper level, like 2 seasons on the lower, 2 seasons on the upper. Use a rag to make one. Remember when that was a popular thing? The rag on your walls. Basically the same concept. Now you could use a plastic bag crumpled up as well, even, you know, like a shopping bag. Picked up this building. I thought I could use it in the DPM kit, but I could use it in the city up there. It's a little wider than the spot that I wanted to put it in. So I don't know. I'm going to decide on something different there. That's just going to be a tight spot. But the guy wanted $5 for it. I had $3 in my wallet. He said, give me the $3. So I just got it. I didn't feel like breaking a 20. I got this hopper. It's not new, but it looks like it's in good shape. The price of 25 on it. He took 20. So, you know, me and my hoppers. I haven't even opened it. It might be junk. It don't look like it. It looks like it's all there, nothing broken off. So, $20, even if it had a couple broken things on it, for a Genesis car. Can't complain there. But that's all. I think I spent more on breakfast and getting into the joint than I did on what I bought. There was a couple other things that I was thinking about, but hey, Brad, I didn't have anything really in mind. Yeah, I did spend more on gas. That's true. I forgot about the gas down and back. I think it cost me. What did it cost me? I had a full tank when I left, and then when I got home, I was still above a quarter. So, get them, Floyd. If you guys don't mind hitting that like button. There's no thumbs down, so I can't even tell you to hit that if you don't like it. So, yeah, I mean, I was shocked. He only had 25 on it, so even 25 for that's a great deal. It's a Genesis, Athearn Genesis, so it's going to have some details and everything. Get right back. Dog needs a comfort break. There you go. Yeah, stacked up on 2-bay hoppers. What'd you buy? 5, 6 of them? Since I'm studying them out of shelf switching layout. But that's the cool thing, like we were talking about, with those 2-bay hoppers, you can do several industries with that. You can have a cement company, you can have a sand and gravel place. I don't know what else they haul in those 2-bay hoppers, but they're nice and short, so you can do a lot in a small space and actually have a decent amount of cars in your switch list because they're so short. I tried doing CloudJet. Yeah, clouds are not bad. I don't know where I put my sponge. So I had the seafoam sponge there for a while, but then it got all used up and whatever because I kind of like cut it when it gets all hard. So I don't wash it out or nothing. So I cut one of those sponges you use to wash your car and just kind of cut it and chopped it so it wasn't smooth. I wanted to have some edges on it, Yeah, that's right. Those ones you got from the same guy I bought this from were pretty nicely weathered. So let me change the camera. I'll show you what I've been working on. Wait on some plaster cloth to finish drying. It's a work in progress. It's an idea. Trying to break up the scene. So this is down my other side of the peninsula in the corner there. I was going to put an industry in here, and I was talking to Derail Daryl, and I'm kind of want to kind of a scene break between these two sides. So got to talking, and I think this tunnel is going to be nice, and I could reach everything from the ends. It's not too long. I don't like how this left-hand side looks, though. So I don't know if I'm going to put like a portal there. I didn't really want it to be like a tunnel. Like this is more like I wanted it to be more of a hill than a mountain. So I'm going to bring this. I want to bring it a little more forward, coming up that side. I just want to kind of block that it's going. I don't want it to look like it's going into a tunnel as much as it's just kind of going on a site behind, like a hillside. Same thing on this other side here. So I have to figure out what I want to do or how I want to make that work. Hey, Jason. Good morning. He's been a member for 14 months. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that. John's birthday today? Happy birthday, John. Or is that just a running joke? I feel like John has a lot of birthdays. So I got to make his own flock from, I think it was sea sponges, a blender or a food processor. Yeah, I've made my own. I have a blender, and then I use a little coffee bean grinder, get it even more fine. Yeah, I could have done a cut. This actually is a tunnel. Didn't think about a cut. That would have worked nice too. Then I would have had to worry about reaching in if I had an accident or something in there. But yeah, I like it. I'm gonna put like a little ridge of trees up on on the top. Kind of hides the climb that runs behind it, but it doesn't hide it so much I can't reach it. You know. So hey Curly, how many people in there has put stuff away and can't find it? Pull my hair out. Oh, no doubt. Oh my god. I was looking for a box. I sold a locomotive to a guy and I was looking for the box for it. I know I keep all my boxes. And man, I don't know. For some reason I put it in a different area than I put all my other boxes. And took me forever to find the box. It's not bad. It could be a lot of work. You take the blender, you take the sponge, take the sponges, cut them up pretty fine. Don't leave them too big. Big enough so that they'll chop, but um, there we go back to me. Yeah, so that you can chop them. You got to put them in a little bit of water. I usually add my paint and just put green paint or whatever color you want to use into the flock or into the water, or you can use dye. Either way, and then let it rip. And the thing of it is, though, you might have to kind of stop the blender and use like or if you blend it low enough and it don't go flying out of the blender, you can push it down like with a paint stirrer or something like that. Don't get your hands in there. Um, so it gets more chopped up. Pappy, good morning, buddy. Had a good time at Pappy's house on my way back home. Stopped off there Saturday. Yeah, showed me his end scale layout, which is awesome. Race car track. Went out to the barn and show me the new room for the HO scale. Dying to try it, but I think the wife would kill me if I run the blender. Yeah, definitely at Goodwill, or you could even get them on Amazon or Walmart. Get a cheap blender, or buy her a nice new one, and you take the old one. You know, but I'm telling you, I really, I bought one of those. I drag it out, but damn, I don't even know where it's at. I forget where I put it. I haven't used it in a while. But it's just a little coffee bean grinder. You know, like that, and then it really grinds it up even more fine for more of a fine turf. Looks good. It's a little bit of work, you know, and then you gotta let it dry out. So lay it out in some newspaper or whatever to dry. Don't wear gloves. It's definitely messy. Probably better to do it when the weather's nicer and you can be outside even to do it and let it dry outside. But you don't have to. Yeah, I like it the way it is for right now. I just need to figure out how to come up the sides so it doesn't look so. Or I could put tunnel portals, but I didn't really want it to be a tunnel. You know, modeling Middle Ohio, so it would be a cut. Actually, would probably make more sense than a tunnel. I was trying to go for more of a rolling hill there, like just a hillside, not a mountain. So I don't know. Not bad for a day's work. I got more work to do on it. So hey, Dave, going up to 2 degrees today. -9 now. Wow. I thought it was cold here. When I say it was 14 or something. Yeah, I know. I got so many extras of things in it. I can't find those either. Just put away the drawers so we can't find it. Well, that's the thing, man. It's like you get to working on a project and you pull all this shit out, and then everything's all over the place. So it's probably right there in front of you. That's why I don't get that much done on this layout. Because the thought of having to pull everything out and make a mess. I hate messes. Because when everything's a mess, I can't run my trains. Like right now, I can't run the trains. You can't see it in that picture I showed, but or that camera I showed, but there's foam and shit everywhere behind that, you know. So, and actually, I did that tunnel and I did the old style cardboard webbing and everything. That's kind of why it's going to be harder to just make it a cut, Jason. I have to really just tear it all out and start over is what I would have to do. It's not like it's made out of foam and I can just cut the foam and make a cut, you know. Which that would have been a good idea too, I think. But I was trying to find a way to hide that climb a little bit there, and there's really not that much room. There's really no room to put anything behind the main line. Main line, I didn't plan well. The main line kind of ended up being real close to where the climb is. You know, so the climb's above, but the track's either under it in certain spots or it's like too close to bring some down in front of it. Even like a concrete wall, which doesn't look good anyways. It doesn't make sense to do that. So, let me just fill it in with some scenery. I'm going to probably try to put a road up there. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I might end up tearing it out. Let's see. I haven't wasted a lot. It's cardboard strips. You know, plenty of cardboard boxes and a glue gun, glue. And there's some foam under there just for a little bit of more of a solid base, just to keep it from collapsing. When you start putting like sculpt-a-mold and shit like that on there. But if I did end up tearing it out, it wouldn't be like I wasted a bunch of expensive product or anything. A little bit of plaster cloth I had. Yeah. Well, I've been debating whether I want to grow my beard back for the winter. So I figured, well, I'm just going to let it go for this week and see how far I get with it. I tried and bought an old blender, but before I got around to using it, dropped it and broke the glass. Oh, no. That's not good. Hey, Jess in Oklahoma, how are you? Morning. Yeah, baby, like I said, let me know. When you're ready to start actually doing something, get some lumber together or whatever, I'll come down. You're only a couple hours away. What is it? Less than 2.5 hours. I'll just leave here early in the morning and then so it would give us a good amount of time to work. Get a cut on mine, just tall enough to be at the top of a high cube boxcar. Time I added trees and shrubs, it fully hides it. You can still access from above, yeah. Yeah, that's actually a good idea. But like I said, I couldn't really. I mean, I could do a cut, but I wouldn't be able to do anything on the back side of the cut, really. I have to look. I don't think. I'd probably have to put like a rock face or something, like a rock face wall back there or something behind it. There's really not that much room. I didn't plan well with this climb. Like that wall over there where it's got the longest part of the climb. I put my main line underneath it, which kind of screwed me because like I can't even, there's a couple of switches up there. Can't drop a tortoise. I take that back. Now, yeah, I can't really drop a tortoise underneath because then it's going to hit the main line below it, plus it'll look like crap. But even the upper level, I had to adjust where I put my one crossover because the tortoise would hit the climb, hit the trains on the climb. So, always find missing tool the same day you buy. Oh my God, you're not wrong. You are not wrong. Hey, Mike, Carvel Studios. Michael. Yeah, it's definitely a good day. We did get a lot of snow in, inch or two, but just really high winds is blowing around and it's just cold. No, it's the other side of the peninsula, Pappy. On the other, over by the windows, between the CR&E yard and the co-op. Yeah, and you find stuff. Oh man, I thought I had one of those forever ago. I built 2 more turnouts. Just need to glue wooden ties. Yeah, that's cool. Give you a lot of credit for that, man. That's more patience than I have. He's just the other side of Columbus. It was a, I don't know the name of this. I don't know the name of the town. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I'm gonna go with this and see how it goes. If it becomes a pain in the ass, I'll tear it out. Servo. I don't have any experience with the servos. I'd have to look into them. But yeah, I mean, I'm open to it. Do those go underneath, or where do they go? I have some clearance. If it's something short, the tortoises are, what, a couple inches, 2.5, 3 inches tall. So they hang down. Even if you buy that conversion kit where you can go horizontal with them, it still hangs down too far. Plus, that kit's a pain in the ass, man. I bought one. I opened up the instructions and put it back in the box. Like, nope. That looks too much like work. Hey, Stormy. Oh, there you go. Make it a whole day, a whole party. Happy. I know. I know they do. You've told me a million times that I have one. I can't figure it out. It looks more work than I want to do. Yeah. No, I got all the leaves that my neighbor raked up her leaves late, and they all ended up back in my yard. Damn it. Jason, do you have the jigs or do you freehand your turnouts? I think you have the jigs, don't you? I'm back, driving to work. Welcome back. Be careful. As the turnouts only have number 5 and number 6 turnout. Number 5 slip switch jigs. Everything else has been freehanded. Oh wow. That's crazy, man. Those are much smaller. I have to look into them. Could do a 5 or 6 freehand, but quicker to do it in the jig. So the rails and ties, I got to figure out how to print the patterns to the correct size. Astrax has free templates. Filament print mounts for servo, horizontal or vertical mounts. Free files on a web form. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I only have a resin printer. I don't know if they would work on that or not. Astrax is a half-hour drive from me. Dang jigs are $100 each. They can get pricey in a hurry. Yeah, I mean, I guess if you have a lot of turnouts to build, you know, $100 is 4 turnouts. No, not even like because I use the Pico turnouts and they're $25 to $28 a piece. Well, it depends where you buy them, and maybe they're more now. When I bought them, they were like 22 something at Yankee Dabbler. Legal paper, and I was using letter. Colonel Cotton Belt. That's funny. That's funny. Colonel Cotton Belt. Your dog knows you love him as you lovingly pick up what he has discarded. Yeah. Smell on a 90-degree with a wear extension kit. Well, I mean, it sounds like those servos are still going to be um, smaller. Servo more of a, is it more of like a snap thing rather than the slow motion? I really need to learn how to do stuff with like um, what are those things? Jason, Colonel Cotton Belt. It's funny. Colonel Cotton Belt. Jason sent me that. Hmm. It's got a thing from the post office saying I have a parcel being cleared due to the detection of an invalid zip code. I don't know. I have to look at that. I don't know if that's spam or not. Got a weird number. You got to watch. Everything's trouble these days, man. You just can't trust anything. $15 offsets the cost. Yeah. I got Jesus. How many damn turnouts on this layout alone? I'd have to count them. The last layout had 53, and this is a bigger layout. So thinking I got at least as many. Oh, that's just gross, Steve. That's gross. To the idea to remove my last curve turnout. I don't think I have enough space for number 6. Curve turnouts look cool, but they're not always the most reliable. Maybe you'll have 3D printed and file on something you want to print, and the person has it listed as HO scale. When you put it on a slicer, it's so small you can hardly see it. That's because you're old, man. Your eyes are bad. Same here, Brad. I've been very happy with the Picos. Um, if you don't want to use tortoises and all that kind of stuff, they snap on their own and they stay in place. And I don't know. I like them. Mine are all Pico except for some curved Atlas ones. So, Anthony, I know. Same here. There we go. Thanks, guys. When you print it out, you're like, it looks more like Hot Wheels than like the original garbage truck Jim sent me. I was like, Jim, that's a little big. So then he sent it, scaled it down, and he got it, what I think looks close, anyways. A couple of the different trucks I've gotten from Jim. But it's all trial and error too, because a lot of them don't actually say the scale, I guess, and you kind of have to play with it. But I haven't really gotten into all the slicing or splicing and all that. Slicing, I guess. Yeah, I use Atlas Flex too. Willow Creek, do you hand throw your switches or do you switch machines? Pico Inso, that's what I use, JD. Code 100 Pico Inso frogs. For the most part, I've had very little issues, if any. So I'm pretty happy with them all in all. It's all manual. I Siegfried Leupold. Yeah, it's a weird number too. It's 63939-432-3307. It's like a weird number. So, U.S. Post. You have a USPS parcel being cleared. I sent a couple of things to Canada, but they're just like letters. You know what I mean? Just like a card, not a parcel. Please reply with a Y, then exit the text message and open it again and activate. Yeah, that don't sound good. So, report that as junk and delete that. So, appreciate the input on that one. They're getting sneaky though, man. They make stuff look so legit, you know. Siegfried, I just gave you a wrench. Allows you to kind of go into other channels while you're in here and check them out. Yeah. Yeah, I know, Curly. Crank up the heat. Question, powered frogs, what do you use? I know guys use frog juicers. I think, Jason, didn't you tell me can't you use the tortoise to juice the frog or power the frog if you have a tortoise on it? Because I saw 2 springs in the Pico double slip I just pulled out on me selling it used. Yeah, you and them damn double slips, man. They work okay. They're just confusing. Yeah, I don't know how the hell you get them springs back in. I was saving them for a while when I would pull them out, but I don't know. I've never had any luck getting them back in there. And I've tried to pay attention when I pull them out to how they're in there. But, hey, Dave. Yeah, I don't mind. As soon as it shuts off, it kicks back on. And it's not anywhere near as cold as it is by you. Spam, okay. Spam. Plus 60 from the Philippines, yeah. Okay, yeah, I'm not sending anything to the Philippines. My switches are the older Shayna before the Walther, some newer Pico. How do those switches play nice? Well, they seem to. I mean, I've been over running on your layout. Did you have to do anything special to them? like for DCC, Anthony. On the old layout, I had a bunch of, the plan called for, I think, 2 or 3 Shinohara curved switches. I had none but trouble with those damn things, shorting out and everything else, causing shorts. So I was cutting gaps in them and all these other things using the, tried using the insulated joiners, and I got rid of them, the pain in the ass. But by the time I got done messing with them, they weren't any good anyways. Again, I was new back in the hobby when I had those too, so it could be partly on me. Use my tortoise to power my frog. Number 2 goes to the frog. Number 3 and 4 goes to the track power. So, but you use electrofrogs? Well, you make your own, but I wouldn't need that. I couldn't do anything with that on an insulated frog, right? You can't power those frogs because they're plastic, right? So it wouldn't do me any good anyways. Scam got that message too. Don't have anything ordered. Hey, Anthony Borden, how are you? He's coming in. You know what kind of text I get from the PO and under what circumstances they send them. So isn't in the text string from other PO text. I delete it. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I open like the text, but I didn't like click on anything or do any of that stuff it said to do. So hopefully I didn't screw myself by opening it. Or don't delete. Hopefully I didn't anyways. So many scams out there, man. You can't trust anything. Yeah. I have the one in the Crooked River Co-op yard. I have that with 2 tortoises on it to control each one, you know. And but I haven't figured out how to get them in sync with each other. So I just power each one separate. Like on my crossovers, you can program, because I use those switch 8s. So I could use my controller to send the commands to my turnouts, to my tortoises. So like my crossovers are all together. So I put in one number and they both switch. I haven't really figured out how I want to do those yet. So part of me almost wishes I would have left that double slip alone and didn't put a turnout, didn't put tortoises on it, because then I could just manually flip them. I think it would be almost a little easier in that situation. I have an old farmhouse, so the wind just sucks all the heat out. Wind is wicked over the last week. Yeah, it's been like 40-mile-an-hour gales, man. They all work great. Okay. They seem to. I mean, like I said, it ran on your layout. I just didn't know if you had to do anything special with them. I know a lot of turnouts weren't really DCC friendly back originally when, you know, guys started converting over. Good stream, Dave. See you on the next one. Happy model train. See y'all. A video out later on my channel. Okay, thanks, Lee. I appreciate you coming in, buddy. Joe says he's cheap. Me too. Atlas Code 100 Atlas cheap turnouts. Only thing for me is I didn't want to cheap out on my track and ballast and stuff because, you know, if the trains don't run right, which Joe's trains run beautiful. I've been there, ran on his layout as well. So, you know, but when I first got back into it, I was, you know, newly back in after about 20 some years being out. So I was trying to research what would be the best way to go. And anybody I talked to and things I had read, a lot of guys were recommending the Picos or the snap switches, and they're really, they looked pretty realistic. They recommended Code 100 because it's more forgiving than 83, especially if I wasn't sure of my track workability. So I'm happy with it, you know. So I use Atlas Code 100 Flex and then the Pico Code 100 Insel Frogs. Again, I do have a couple of Atlas curved turnouts. I think they're the number 126s or 7s, 6s and 7s, because I got lefts and rights, or 7 and 8s. I don't know. I think it's 6s and 7s. So they're long turnouts, man. And they're nice. They look cool. They work good so far. I haven't had any problems with them. So I'm happy with them. So, well, there's a new industry coming out of corn syrup plant. I saw that. I don't know. I might. I love the safety rails. You can buy those separately. Apparently, they're like $25 or something, and you get two of those. You know, where the guys that clip onto that safety line. So I thought that was really cool. But I might look at getting it. I'm going to look into it more when it comes out. All I saw was their newsletter. I didn't see where you can order it in advance. But I don't know. It looked pretty cool, though. Because, you know, I can't remember what the cost was for the plant. You get some silos and stuff with it, and for nothing else, silos are worth it, you know, and the safety thing. I like the guys, the workers. They have all the safety harnesses and stuff on. You guys haven't seen Walter's latest email I got for their latest. I think there's a video on it too, a YouTuber video from Walter's. So it's pretty cool though. It's in their December releases of upcoming things. I think it's coming out for the summer, maybe. I don't remember now. Two double slips, very interesting. Yeah, they're cool. I mean, obviously you're not going to run, like mine's in a yard, so I'm not going to run through it real fast anyways. I don't know how well like your big 6-axle locomotives run through it. I don't use 6 axles in that yard. I use the 4-axle stuff, switchers. Because I don't know what, I mean, the rails are really short, the points. So they're not like long switch points. Well, switcher DCC ready, jumpers, etc. Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, I know that everything pretty much is now, but the old Shinaharas I didn't think were. The guys were doing videos on how to make them DCC friendly. And I think Walters bought Shinahara or inherited them or something. Never seen actual text from the post office. Yeah, that's a good point, Dave. Yeah, same here, Floyd. Oh, I bet. To build one of those double slips. Buying double slips expensive, making them is a nightmare. I don't know that this double slip, I can't remember what I paid for them. A couple of double slips. Well, I used one so far. I might not even need the next one. I'm not even sure yet. And then I have a triple turnout with a 3. Haven't used that yet either. Did not like the way Walter's switch machines work for powering frogs, so I didn't power frogs. My number 8 crossover. Frogs long locomotives don't like them. Hey, Chris. Motor train aficionado. Morning. What's up, Chris? What's up? Tried to build my first double slip freehand and ended up buying a jig. Much easier. I imagine the jig would make it easier. It'll keep you honest, anyways. Hmm. I don't know. I guess like if you have a lot to build for yourself, it's worth, it's going to be worth it. Maybe eventually if you were going to get into building them for people and selling them or whatever. But it seems like a lot of upfront cost. But then again, like you said, you build X amount of switches and the jig pays for itself. So, hey, Scott, Waycross Train Spotter. Yeah, man, it's coming. See what we got, 13 days. Crazy, right? So, it's coming quick. Jeez. It's time just flies. I don't know where the time goes, I swear. Just don't know where it goes. So, but anyway, speaking of time, I think I'm going to wrap this up. Make sure I get to the bottom here and didn't miss anybody. Code 83 track, maybe should have gone with code 100. Seemed like 83 was easier to get. At the time I bought, like I said, this was back in 16, 17 when I was getting back into it. Code 100 at the time was cheaper than code 83. Guys said it was more forgiving, this and that. It does not. You could definitely tell the difference. I mean, I go to Anthony's house, I'm like, holy crap, this stuff is so small. I don't notice it here because it is what it is. I mean, I think most people aren't going to see a video of mine and say, oh, he's using code 100 track. Maybe they would, but I don't know. 83 definitely, Jason, like Jason says here, is more prototypical because of I think the rail height and probably the width and everything of it, and the ties are a little skinnier and all that. It definitely looks better. 100% agree with that. All right, James, you take care, buddy. But with that being said, when I restarted and tore down and rebuilt this layout, there's no way in hell I was ever going to get the money that I put into those turnouts, buying those turnouts. Like I said, I had 53 turnouts. I'm being exact because it's a lot of turnouts. You're looking at $20-some a piece times 50. I mean, that's a lot of money. There's no way I was going to change over to code 83, and I'd never get that even if I tried to sell those turnouts. Never going to get the new price for them. Yeah. And I'm totally happy with it. So, I knew I had to buy a lot more stuff. So I could have switched over like to the upper level. I could have switched and did one of those conversion pieces or whatever from 100 to 83 and did 83 on the top level, or on whatever or wherever, like I could have put some 83 in my yards or something even, just to show a difference in height and all that. I know a lot of guys will run 83 and they'll do, I think it's code 70 in the yard and all that. Yeah. And that's good too, like especially on the Helix, because it is more forgiving, with the higher rail and everything. So with the Helix, yeah, I think it's 70. Yeah. Yeah, but Andy, I've totally been happy with Pico. Turnouts, anyways. Like I said, I use Atlas. I think Atlas is the more readily available here. The only thing with the Atlas is it doesn't hold its shape. So when you're trying to do a curve and stuff, you got to kind of pin it as you go because it doesn't hold its shape until you actually set it in place. I think the Pico holds its shape. I know Micro Engineering holds its shape. Micro Engineering is just a pain in the ass to get. Yeah, a lot of guys use that little tool to get it to curve right. Yeah. Oh, so over the winter that's coming out. Okay. Well, here's the thing, Steve. If you're going to eventually, you're going to build that switching layout or whatever with the intent of expanding and build it like in modules with the intent of expanding it, then go with what you think you're going to want to use on the rest of the layout. So if you start with code 100, not that you couldn't switch, but why spend the money on one code and then when you expand, you're going to switch to another code and then possibly, want to change the other stuff over maybe? I don't know. Like me, if I was just going to build a switching layout, I probably would go with 83 because it would be just a small layout, 8, 10, 12 feet, whatever, just to have a switching operation type industrial area, which I think is so cool. I just got too much to do on this thing to even be worrying about that, But in that instance, kind of like HO Scale Mike HO Scale, is that his name? Yeah, it's kind of an industrial switching layout. It is, I think Brad is like that too. I think I would go for more realism, like more prototypical, more detail oriented, like little details, just because your smaller space, you're so much more focused on that area. So Spurs Yard Tracks mainline settings is code 83 to make it simple. Not every company makes code 70. I bought code 70 route, being I use code 100. I use code 70 as my bridge rails. The inside rails on the bridges, I don't know what the hell they're called. Turn on some microengineering track. KWO has been getting some nice 3D printed silos from somewhere. Check channel for guys' names. Yeah, that's. See, I don't think I could print silos like that on my printer, on a resin printer. Mine's a small resin printer. I think you almost would need to do a filament printer. Maybe like Curly would know, or any other guys in here that do 3D printing might know. Something like a grain silo, or like maybe something more like those pellet silos might be okay. But my printer is not very tall, so I could go vertical, but I'm still limited on how tall I'd be able to go with it. I don't know if I could get them tall enough. I guess I could print it in pieces and put them together. That's an option too. I'm just not very good with all that stuff yet, but that guy's got a good channel. K&W Railroad. If you guys haven't checked him out, the Kansas and Western, I think is what it's called. Pico double slip was 80 to 100. I don't think I paid 80 to 100 when I got them, Jason. I'm sure they are now, but when a couple years back, when that's what has been about 4 years now, they definitely were not that. They were not $80 to $100. They were still probably 50-ish. Yeah, I have one in that yard, and I got one that was supposed to be in somewhere. Can't remember what yard. It was the CSX yard I'm doing. Don't make me do math this early. 50 pounds equals $80. Okay. So you're going to take your $80 and go buy one over there. That don't make sense. That's not really. Just a little extra cost, right? Just a teeny bit. I don't know. One thing I don't really like about Atlas is you do have the holes and the ties for your nails. And I nail my track down. Then I glue it with the ballast. I probably should pull the nails out and fill the holes. You know what? I don't know. I'm looking around at my track as we're talking, and I think it looks decent enough. I mean, I think my ballast work is pretty good, and I use just the regular cork road bed. Welders is coming out with some kind of road bed too. Saw that. David Rear checked out Oak Hill Monorero Supply track. The track are awesome. I use Pico as well, real reliable. They'll turn on some track. No, I never checked those out. I never heard of them. And keep in mind when using Atlas Flex with Pico turnos, the height of the plastic ties aren't the same, so the rail offsets even if it's the same code. Got to shim up the Atlas Flex up a little bit. I've never done it. Never had an issue with it, but I don't doubt what you're saying. I just have never bothered doing it, and I haven't had a problem. Maybe I'm just getting lucky. Maybe I'm lucky. I don't know with that. That's possible. Big G, good morning, my man. That's all right. I'm going to be getting out of here anyways, but yeah, that's okay. Appreciate you coming in. I was just talking to, I think it was Daryl. I was showing him some of Zeke McGee's, some pictures from that, and just how amazing that layout is. And sent him a link to your channel as well. Just what you guys are doing in N scale is amazing to me. Beautiful work. Copper ties, build more turnouts. Canada has a strike going. Yeah, that strike's still going on. Hey, Randall, how you doing, man? Good morning. Man Shed Railroad, how are you? Almost missed it today, huh? That's all right. Appreciate it. Always happy to see you guys. Paint my ties and rail before ballasting. Nails get the same paint. Oh yeah, no, mine are painted for sure. Even if I have to add one or something, and I forgot to paint it, I always touch it with a little bit of paint. So a little brown paint, just kind of blend it in a little bit. Because the Code 100 has black ties, the Code 83 has brown ties. Not that either one of them, they both look plastic, So you definitely want to paint and weather and all that kind of stuff. That's kind of how I know the difference too, the black compared to the brown when I'm looking at it. Geez. I said I'm starting to get a cold or something, so I took some cold medicine this morning, and I think it's starting to catch up to me, guys. I don't like this, man. I'm on vacation. I don't want to be sick. I'm on staycation. I'm not going anywhere, but just trying to get some work done on the layout. Are you talking about that all-in-one track, unit track, or whatever? Yeah, unit track. Yeah, I think you are just a little bit limited on like your curves and all that kind of stuff. Hey, Papa John, how you doing, buddy? Strike still on. Drive to Port Dover and pick them up. By the way, OVR is on your way there. It's worth the drive. Yeah, OVR is good. I've only been there once last fall. Not this year, last year. Anthony and I drove up and hung out with Trackside Mike and his wife Vicky, and then we went over to OVR for the little pop-up event that they do. Well, I shouldn't say little; it was pretty big. He didn't do it this year; couldn't get the space. But nice store, good people, had a great time. I'm doing pretty good, Dave. Did a short trip earlier this morning. Nothing to write home about. Just to pick up a King, bring back to Thayer. Yeah. Work is work, man. Right? Let's get the fall backdrop. Trackside scenery. I got the backdrop. So yeah, you got them. You got Train Junkies make some good backdrops. There's another place I used on the old layout called Model Railroad Backdrops. Some good stuff there too. And they're all about the same as far as pricing. It just depends on, you know. And I know like Train Junkies will. I don't know about Trackside Scenery. I don't think he does. Train Junkies will like if you had like Jason did that by his rice fields, his rice elevators. Took pictures. He had pictures he had taken, and the guy was able to make backdrops out of them for him. So you can do that too. See, I'm currently getting ready for a Facebook Live event I'm hosting on my layout. I will hold it on December 26th at 7 p.m. Oh, cool. So you're going up on Facebook, not on YouTube. Are you going to post it on YouTube eventually? After it's live? Now you're talking about the Cato Unitrack. I know Redbird Tony uses, I think, the Cato Unitrack, and he's N scale though, so I don't know if there's a difference in quality or not. But he likes the Cato over like the Bachman track or any of the other Unitracks, if you will. I don't know what they call theirs. The Iron City Facebook page I'm working on Dairy Queen now. Okay. Yeah, it was a good time. Got to meet a lot of people that are from up there that I've follow and I've never met before. A lot of you guys, so it was kind of nice. This is a road. He does a road system too. I forgot about that. Lark backdrop. I don't think I've ever heard of Lark backdrop. So look them up. Write that down. Because I might, yeah, pretty durable. I'm hoping we'll lay out for a friend who is going from O to HO and is going to Cato Unitrack and running DD40As on them. There you go. Oh, you mean like weather changes and stuff, temperature changes? Oh, yeah, I can't really. I don't know. I'm lucky I can even do this. I've been trying to figure out how to put like an intro and all that stuff in, but I think they want me to buy like the pay for version of StreamYards, and I'm not going to pay for it. I don't put that many hours in on it. Somebody that streams a lot more and wants more out of it, I guess it's worth it. But here it's pretty expensive. The road crew let you go and they took off my record of being terminated. Reason the manager never answered the phone when I called about my hours and would rehire me again. Yeah, I don't know, Scott. Yeah. All right, Joe. Yeah, I'm getting out of here too. I think I'm finally at the bottom. All right, guys. So yeah, let's see. What is next week? It's the 19th, so it'll be right before Christmas week. So yeah, I'll see you then. I'll see you on the 26th. Don't know what's going to happen. I'm not going to be doing my on track Tuesday on the 24th. If I do go up on the 24th, I have time. I'm thinking about it. I'll put up an announcement, but it will be more in the afternoon, like more earlier afternoon. Thanks, John. 5 more hours. Get out of here. Get out of here. Go do some work, will you? But yeah, I'm gonna have to kick that one around. Now, New Year's Eve is a Tuesday. It's the fifth Tuesday, but I don't think anybody is planning on going up. We're on track Tuesday. And we'll go up Thursday, the 26th. Will be a morning show I'll do. So we'll see. I might be. I was going to go up 2 days ago, this Tuesday, because Tony hasn't been doing his Tuesdays with his move and everything. But Robert needed it, so he took it instead of his week. So his week is open this week. Don't know if I can go up this week or not. So we may or may not have an On Track Tuesday this coming week. I know we will not have one on the traditional one anyways on the 24th or on the 31st. So that's okay, Anthony. Enjoy your day at work. Hopefully it's short. Oh, yeah, that's right. Fall cleanup should be done and final cuts and everything. Now you got to get into putting up Christmas lights for people. All right, man. It was good to see all you guys. Again, have a great day and catch you next week. Check Jim out tonight, 6 p.m. Jim Tedesco. Short Line Thursday. All right. Talk to you later. Bye for now.